Welcome to the Rabbi and the Mayor pregame edition. Kickoff, Ben, is in about what? You said 8 minutes?
Something like that.
I love that. So just we got to cut to the chase today because kickoff is in 7 minutes. But today is our brief, abridged Sukkot edition, Thursday night Bronco football edition. And I think what we wanted to pretty much do tonight is just give our multitude of viewers the opportunity to get a little preview to what to expect tonight. And before we do that, just real quick, can you update me on your Baltimore Ravens, your fantasy football team? You just have, all Ravens on that team. How's that working for you, Ben?
Ooh, had to go there, didn't we? Well, not so good. I ended up getting blown out by Brandon this time. A blowout for the second week in a row, the largest margin of defeat for the second week in a row. And it's an honor being there in the cellar of our league together with you, Danny. But as I see it, it's going to be all the more incredible of a comeback story, rising from the depths of the cellar of our league, only to ultimately win it and perhaps still be in the running for Moshiach. We shall see.
Ben, maybe you can
look at it that way.
You can tank the season for a higher draft pick for next season, which maybe leads us into tonight's preview. By the way, if you're tuned in with us, say hello. We'd like to see who's here. Let us know. But so walk us through what we can expect tonight for this Broncos, this classic matchup that is meant to unfold tonight.
Yes, happy to. Well, first, a public service announcement for our many viewers. This message goes out to anyone listening in or watching who perhaps is not so much into football, but after hearing us speak now for a few times, perhaps is in the mindset of, what is this football thing that Danny and the mayor keep talking about? Perhaps I should give it a try. And not only that, I'll give it a try tonight and let tonight's one game form my opinion about the value of the so-called NFL football. Well, this message goes out to you. Do not, I repeat, do not watch this game. Step away from the remote. This is not the game you are looking for. It is not safe for average or casual football fans to watch. Let Danny and I watch it on your behalf, but it's not going to be pretty at all.
100%.
As a matter of fact, the only two potential groups of people that should be watching this game are perhaps if you are a connoisseur of the fine art of punting and you love watching one in the air. Oh, look, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's a punt. Or if you're Trevor Lawrence, so you can get a head start on getting to know your teammates for next year. Danny?
I love that. Oh, yeah, that's right. I think it's a good chance that the generational quarterback coming out of Clemson this will be one of his teams for next year. So he's probably watching closely. And I think, that this game tonight, in Jake Tapper's historic, incredible words, will be nothing less than a hot mess inside a dumpster fire, inside a train wreck. That will be tonight's game. These two abysmal teams facing off in front of a national audience on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
It will be a train wreck. It
Absolutely.
will be a hot mess. It will be a dumpster fire. I have a question. Question is, and all of you watching, let me know on Facebook. I'm curious. As a fan, do I root for the Jets? Like, do I actually cheer them on? Or do I just feel comfort if the Broncos lose, because then we're in prime position for Trevor Lawrence, who Brad doesn't think that we want. But I think we do want him, Brad. I beg to differ politely. So I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts if I got to actively root for the Jets, or I can just be happy when they beat us.
Well, I think that's a good question. I think it's okay to root for the Jets, because really rooting for the Jets tonight really is kind of like rooting for the Broncos in the future. Getting a little bit higher on that Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes, not a bad idea. You don't you don't want to be the quarterback of the team finishing with the worst record this year, because that team is going to draft Trevor Lawrence, even if you've already drafted a Sam Darnold like the Jets have just 2 years ago.
Or Drew Lock, as the Broncos did last year.
Yes, so that's a good question. I think it will take care of itself. I mean, I believe last year the Jets and Broncos played each other, and I think the Jets did win quite handily anyway, if I recall.
Sure did. It was brutal, I must say.
Yeah. But either way, it's not going to be a lot of fun to watch. As a matter of fact, as a precaution to protect the viewing audience from seeing a game that probably you don't want to see, my understanding is that they're not letting any fans in the stands.
You can thank them later. Spare you the sorrow of having to see that. Okay, so it's interesting, Ben, because, and then we'll just wrap it up with the predictions for tonight's game. And if we want to maybe revise our Broncos predictions for the year. Again, so before we do that, I just wanted to tie this into the holiday of Sukkot. I spend my day today building a sukkah, not quite done yet. It's a holiday when we rejoice. The Torah teaches us it's the Zman Simchasenu, the time of our joy. And I think the idea is that in life, it's so appropriate. It's kind of like for right now, we're in this strange, difficult year. The pandemic is rearing its ugly face again, these second waves and whatnot. The political unrest and whatever that was Tuesday night, I don't know what to call that. Okay. So what emerges is that it's kind of sometimes depressing. But I think that this game tonight is a good example for how our perspective could be. If the Broncos win, I can be happy because my team won. It feels good. If the Jets win, I can be happy because we're in the driver's seat for Trevor Lawrence. I'm sorry, Brad. I know you're not into him. You think he's a system QB. To each his own. Politely beg to differ. But either way, I can rejoice after tonight's game. And that's kind of what this holiday of Sukkot is all about. Either way, whatever's going on, you can rejoice. We go outside into the cold and the sukkah smells like smoke. Okay? And that reminds us, at the end of the day, we have a home to come back into. Wherever we're at, there's something to rejoice over. And I think that's a timely lesson for us to consider. So with that, let us go ahead and offer our predictions for tonight's score. What's your thoughts? Jets or Broncos tonight, and what will the score be?
Ooh, well, I guess one team has to win. And I suppose
it could be a tie.
There could be a tie. Oh boy, let's see. Wow, so much punting likely to happen tonight. And I'm going to go Jets. Let's see. Perhaps we'll just throw in a safety there for good measure. So why not, right? So I'm going to go Jets with 3 field goals and a safety, 11 to the Broncos. We'll give them 2 fields, so 11-6.
I love that. I have the Broncos winning tonight at home. It is at home for us, right?
I think it might be at Meadowlands, Jersey.
Oh, okay. But still, there's no fans, as you mentioned. I got the Broncos winning 10-3. It's going to be an ugly affair, as you mentioned. A lot of punting. At the end of the day, to me, one of the bright spots is our new punter. I love that guy. Great, first time in years we've had a good punter. We've seen a lot of punts. I'm kind of liking this new guy, Brett Rippin. The guy we saw last week, Driscoll, was just abysmal. But Rippin, he's going to rip him, and he's going to shred apart their secondary for 10 whole points. And we're going to win this thing 10-3.
Nice, 10-3. I like that, yeah.
But yeah, 11-6, you got it, 10-3 me. This time we disagree. We're both wrong last time when the Raiders defeated handily the Saints. But this time we disagree. We'll see who wins. Either way, there's what to rejoice over. So that's good. And just as a reminder, I've changed my prediction for the Broncos now twice. I started at them 10-6, revised that last week to 6-10. I'm now going to go ahead and move that to a 4-12 finish after what I've seen last week. I think you had them also a 6-10 last week. Are you sticking with that, or you going to change your prediction here?
I think it depends if Drew Lock returns. If he returns, then I think they can eke out a few victories here or there, just like they did at the end of last season. If he doesn't return, then
Could be a 1-15, 0-16 situation.
Right. So it's my prediction. I think he's going to return at some point this season, and I don't. 6 may be a little bit generous because they still have to play the Chiefs twice. They still have to play the Raiders twice, right? So I mean, there's a lot of losses in front of them, but they might be able to squeak out 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 wins. I think a best case scenario would be probably like a 6-10 if Drew Lock can come back. So I'll stick with that 6-10 based on Drew Lock coming back.
Okay, good. So you have him at 6-10. I have him at 4-12. I like your enthusiasm, but we shall see, as they say. Okay. Then kickoff is any moment right now, so we will just send you right off to our to the station where you can just tune on in.
Right, at your own risk, though. You've been warned.
We have forewarned you. Again, just leave it to us. We'll update you next time.
Right, and they've kept it on the NFL Network as well. Again, as protection for viewers, to keep it to as few viewers as possible. Yeah. So,
exactly.
So happy Sukkot.
Indeed, happy Sukkot to you and yours and everyone watching with us. And we will come back next time with a little more full episode. Just wanted to just catch you up to game time and let you know what to expect. Thank you. Thank you so much. Cheerio then. God bless. All right.